It's been a hot minute since my last video, so I hope you guys have been doing well in the meantime. I was away for the past week on vacation, and I also started a new full-time job, so I've been pretty busy. I don't think I can make videos on a weekly basis anymore, unless this becomes my full-time job, but I'll try to have them up as soon as I can. Anyways, with all that out of the way, hey, it's Ash, this is a strange manga video. Let me talk about some strange manga that I have found. And we're gonna get right into it with this first title, Female Knight and the Kemonomimi Child by Tabo Engine. In a bleak, fantasy world where magical monsters are rampant, Olivia, a female knight, lives with her apprentice, Noah, a beastman boy. This is an adventure story about the growth of the bond between master and apprentice that will touch and heal you. So, like, you click on the first chapter and you're like, whoa, cool knight. Has like this sick helmet, kind of looks like the Devil Joe from Monster Hunter, and it's like, oh, you got this big old hot lady knight, and you got this little scrunkly named Noah, and you can see his uvula for some reason. Alrighty, let's keep reading. Okay, they're sleeping together. Okay, she's wearing next to nothing. It's fine. Maybe those are her pajamas. It's okay. Oh, look, he's like a little dog. He's like, oh, your hands are so warm. And she's like, hey, you want to see something really cool? And he's like, yeah, sure. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, nah, this is when I started punching my walls in anger. How you gonna have like such beautiful art and also have a really attractive main character, and then you do this? Don't do that. Look, I know I'm a Monogatari fan and all that, so I know the stigma that comes with that, but also the second chapter had her constantly sniffing him, and then she got on top of him. I'm just like, bro, go away. Sometimes you get like these really hot shots of her. I'm just like, man, I really wish you weren't a predator. In chapter 5, she rescues these two goons from a giant monster, and they're like, hey, can we like train under you? And she's like, no, you guys are of legal age, so nuh-uh. Damn, she looks nice with that dress shirt. They give her abs too, and it's like, man, I really wish you weren't into children. The kid being named Noah is actually a reference to Xenoblade and also the Bible. We get a backstory chapter also where she has short hair, and then she's like, I don't want to accept you, and he's like, I followed your son. She looks really nice with short hair, and she looks really nice in general. The art is wonderful, the cross-hatching and all that stuff. Why is she a predator? Look, I'll be honest, the more I talk about this manga, the angrier I get, so let me just finish things off with this character, Laura. Similar to Olivia, the hot lady knight, Laura sees an unattended child and decides to move in on it like a hawk going after a mouse. This sucks, these women are having a groom off. This manga is like if the witch had to tell your lady was like evil, and also like, if she was also like a predator. If you want to read it, I mean, go ahead. The art is really nice, and I really enjoyed the expressions on Noah's face. And, I don't know, man, it's one of those things you kind of read and you get angry. Unless you're into this sort of thing, and if you are, that's not good, man. Alright, I need to get out of there. Alright, let's see what else we got. Mount Celeb Kaneda-san by Nyaro Marin. Mochiko Kaneda, commonly known as Kaneda-san, a self-important, clumsy, sanpaku-eyed celebrity lady, climbs to the top with overwhelming financial power. This manga is not very long at all. It's ongoing, and each chapter is like 4 pages max. It has a fun little charming art style that's very simple, and the main girl is cute in some regard. I've always enjoyed girls that have these quote-unquote sanpaku eyes. I think they're cute. Every chapter basically follows this formula where you have the classmates of Kaneda just kind of hanging around and doing like middle-class stuff, and Kaneda is just like, ooh, look at me, I'm doing the same thing except richer. But then every time it just completely backfires on her, and it just leaves a mess for everyone to clean up. Like right off the bat, her classmates are having bento, and she's like, ooh, look at me, I'm eating gold bars, and then she has a stomach ache immediately afterwards. Or the second chapter where she's bragging about posting photos on her Instagram, and then her classmates are like, what is that? Oh, and also her photos are really blurry. The main girl is cute. She reminds me of Hanakawa from Monogatari if she had flat bangs. Oh yeah, and there's like very obvious fan service in every chapter. Many of Kaneda's antics result in her getting groped, or accidentally flashing herself, or just getting a wardrobe malfunction. It's typical stuff, what do you expect? Like here, when the girls are doing track and field, and she's like, let me get out my heelys, and then we get a underboob shot. Or this chapter, where she buys clothes that are obviously a scam, and then they explode. That's just how it is sometimes, man. But I mean, it's a very charming manga in some regard. I like how this girl, despite being like a trillionaire, is just constantly trying to impress Hanakawa. It's cute, I like their little relationship. There's one chapter where Kaneda has a little restaurant by the beach, and Hanakawa is just like, wow, in my mind, the food here was supposed to be bad, so I'm surprised. Kaneda doesn't realize that this is a compliment and decides to make the food bad on purpose, thinking that's what the customers want. Yeah, the restaurant goes out of business, but I mean, it's funny, it's cute. I appreciate the lens in which the mangaka just goes to just have fan service in every chapter. Like, it gets very creative at a point. In chapter 10, Kaneda shows up in like this Iron Man-esque armor, and you're like, well, how are you going to have fan service with this? She then subsequently blows up her Iron Man suit in the sky, turning into a firework, but thankfully she is ejected and lands in a nearby goldfish pond, and you get to see her bra, and I'm like, wow, this is great. There's also something here for the piss fetishists if you're into that sort of thing. All in all, it is not the worst manga that I've had to talk about for this series, and it's really not bad at all. Like, it's cute, the art's nice enough, it's fairly unique, easy on the eyes, the writing is nothing crazy, but the antics are pretty fun. The try-hard Ojo-sama stereotype is always fun to watch, basically a rich girl that tries hard to impress everyone, but she constantly messes up. It's very endearing and very silly, and you can probably read it in like under an hour, so give it a shot. Next up, we got the 50-year-old online gamer's first IRL meetup by Ziki Masaya. Let's go to the offline meetup with online gaming friends. Makoto is a middle-aged man and newbie gamer who's excited for his offline meeting with Ao, a veteran adventurer who has always been helping him out. However, the one who appeared for the meeting was an elementary school boy? So after reading that female knight manga, I'm like, uh-oh. But no, this one's actually really sweet and cute. Dude, look at how the old man is drawn. Like, this is very gentle. I trust this manga. I love how the party is drawn. It doesn't look like Final Fantasy XIV or World of Warcraft or like Shin Megami Tensei 9. Like, it just looks like generic RPG, but it seems to be fun. Higuruma from Jujutsu Kaisen also happens to be here. Just like in Jujutsu Kaisen, Higuruma here is actually a very carefree and loving girl online, but in person, she's a little shy. He even has a little fang, look at him. Sometimes it's fun to read the comments to just see what other people are thinking when they read it. I like the top comment right here. The premise is super unrealistic, why wouldn't they ever use voice chat? Also, that old guy being so friendly with a young boy is weird. Like, it's supposed to be cute, but it gives me creepy vibes. Yeah, I guess. I play 14, I never use voice chat, I've been playing for like 7 years, but that's just how I am. I like this comment here. The synopsis is, yeah, no. The rest of the cast is cute, just bad vibes from the elementary school being there. I guess, you know, it makes sense. Like, if they were all adults, that'd be cute. Having the kid there is just kind of weird in the situation because you just have a bunch of adults hanging around an elementary schooler, like was mentioned. But I don't think there's anything malicious that this manga is trying to do. The message of the manga seems to be sweet, that anyone, regardless of age, gender, background, etc., has the potential to become friends online, and that's a very sweet sentiment. Whether it's realistic or not, your mileage may vary. But speaking from personal experience, I made a lot of friends over social media over the past decade, a lot of them being lifelong friends, so yeah, I guess it could happen. Makoto and the gang go on a little arcade adventure and they just hang out and have fun, and from what I've read, there's really nothing malicious going on here. Just a bunch of online friends just having a little get-together, and it's sweet to watch. There's a funny bit I like in chapter 20 when one of them is grocery shopping. He's like, I don't know man, this lettuce kinda pricey. But then he sees a cute outfit for his character and he's like, oh okay, I'll buy that. If you play gacha games like Arknights, then yeah, you know the drill. They do a cute thing with the aforementioned character where he loved cute things growing up, but as he got older and taller, they began to not quote-unquote suit him anymore. But in the world of online games, he's able to play as a girl. He's not trans or anything like that, but he's able to love himself and accept himself for loving cute, girly things. It's sweet, it's really sweet, and just very genuine feeling manga. I guess that's the beauty of online games, where you can just be who you want and just have fun and hang out with your friends. I truly believe we were put on this planet to hang out and have fun. And that's how I feel about this manga. Just a couple of guys, hanging out, having fun. It's short, it's simple, got a lot of heart, a very charming art style, and you could have finished it in like 20 minutes. And finally, on the topic of misconceptions, we have The Guy She Was Interested In Wasn't a Guy at All by Arai Sumiko. A popular Twitter short series depicting the love story between a Gyaru and her classmate, who she mistakes as a guy outside of school, bonding over their mutual love for rock music. Right off the bat, this is one of the most uniquely presented manga I've ever read, and I absolutely love it. The palette of the manga is your typical black and white, but they also make use of this neon yellow-green that really makes it stand out. The art itself is sick, and I love how the not Gyaru looks. She is wonderful. She's actually wearing a Nirvana hoodie, which is in reference to what the Buddha achieved a couple of days ago. There are some fantastic expressions and pages in this manga. I adore the foreshortening and just the panel composition and just everything about this. This is the true butch femme solidarity that we all deserved. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Nirvana girl tries to be slick and use masculine pronouns to mask her identity, while Gyaru-chan's just like, oh my god. I like this bit where the Gyaru's just like, Foo Fighters, and her friends are like, ew, what are they fighting? And she's like, haha, you're so right. But luckily, Nirvana-chan's just like, hey, I love Foo Fighters. And Gyaru-chan's just like, oh. Nirvana-chan has a really hot uncle that looks like Noctis in Final Fantasy 15. He sees his niece getting hit on, and he's like, you know what, love wins, happy Pride Month, and is fully supportive of her. It's great, man. This manga is so great. Really, I love this one. It's really nice to read a girls' love manga, where it's just simple and the stakes are low, and it's not like, you know, the two of them get together and then break up in front of a KFC, and then one of them kills the other, but then they come back, and then they fight in Shibuya, and they're trapped inside a cube, and man, she really likes Nirvana. Look, if you were to read just one manga I talk about today, read this one. This one's awesome. The writing is fun, the music references, if you're into rock music, is fantastic. I love how supportive the uncle is of his lesbian niece. Also, if you're a fan of this manga, might I recommend Shiori Experience. That manga is genuinely just 10 out of 10, one of the best manga I've ever read in my life. So go read that, and go read this. This one's adorable, I love this. And on a high note, that will do it for this strange manga I find video. Thank you guys for your patience, and thank you guys for watching to the end. I love you all, and I'm going to read off my patients real quick. A big thank you goes out to Fresh Burrick, Big Boo Goddamn, Polaroid Check, Sarah Lolita, Borpolis Vunny, Real Centauri, Luce, Vento, Sea Crowns, Kiwi Kiwi, V, Andrew, Braystar, Sogon, Amaterasu, Logan, Sianaru, and Jiva. Thank you guys for your continued support. I love you all, and I hope to see you guys again soon, where I talk about anything, really. I'll figure it out when I get to it. You guys take care.